Hello guys, Peter here, Piotr Fissner. Guys, so we've got here Arturia MIDI device. It's a model BEATSTEP PRO. And it turns out this model has typical fault, yes, with this small USB port. Okay, they haven't made it strong enough to withhold the work. So I did ask customer what he want to do, and I don't have reply yet. If he wanna solder the cable to the main board or just replace it with a socket. Unfortunately, I didn't have that answer before when I was taking this device and when I was booking it in. But yes, I didn't know this device before as well, so I've made my research about it, and people are recommending to not fix the port but mount the cable. Now for me it makes sense. Plus, if you can use something like a hot glue gun, yes, then you can stiffen even it further, yes, if that will be needed, of course. But you know, it's up to everyone, and it's customer's device. I don't know if customer want to have these type of modifications, yes, because for me the most important part is practicality. If I can have it practical in usage, then I'd rather do it this way, yes. If I will have something which is not practical, then it's a problem. It is practical to plug it in a cable and use it, but if it's not a robust solution, then it's better to remove it. Guys, I'm talking too much because I'm talking for like 2 minutes and I could start doing it, yeah? So I'll pause. I'll pause the video, I will unscrew those screws, and we will see what's underneath, okay? You will save some time. Okay, so I removed all the screws. I'll put it here so you will have a better view, I'd say, maybe even closer, or something like that. So okay, all the screws went out. Let's try to lift this surface, heavy metal. You can feel the weight on it. And we've got another set of screws here, all of those marked with a screw symbol. It's quite a lot of them. And one ribbon cable here, so you just need to slide this to outside, so it will be looking like that. You can slide it in back, yes, and then slide this darker element outside, and when it's outside, I don't think we need a DSLR, then you can unhook it, yes, unplug it. Now again, it's another row of screws. Okay, so I will again pause and I will remove all of them, and we will see how it will go out. Okay, so you see those screws here? That's 20 and that's 28 screws. I've counted for you. So for those who are curious how many screws there are, that's 28. I didn't check double, so don't ask me to do so. Now, okay, now we've got these pads to take off, but these are one quick. They are all the same, so it's fine. Well, at least they are looking like the same. Take it. Something is holding, something is putting a pressure right now when I'm trying to lift it up. Okay, what can be here? Because these are ports, it should rather go like that, always where the ports are, yes. When you open any device which has ports, then always you should try to open it from the opposite side, like lift it like that and then pull it out, always. That's your first attempt. But why here is holding us back? Let's sneak a peek. No, it's okay here, looking everything unmounted. I don't see anything which would hold us back. but still putting a pressure when I'm doing so, and I don't like to do things under pressure. Here's going out until here, and then here is not letting us go. Okay, that's no fun. So did I miss any screws? Because it's looking like I've missed some screws. Not here. This row is clear. This row is clear. This row is clear. No screws. No screws. No screws. Oh, look. One. I've missed one. And anywhere else? So it's not 28 screws. It's 29 screws. You see, that's why you have to be gentle, because if I would put too much pressure, I could damage something, yes? Oh, now it's loose. Now it's completely different feeling. So now let's look again. Ooh, I've made myself a mess, and I know why. Those pads start to fall off. Hehe. I'll have a fun time if they will fall off. But anyways, okay, we've got no huge pressure, and it's going off here, went off. Okay. We don't have anything which we could say that it's holding us back now. But it still doesn't want to go. It's on the edge here, so okay, I get it. Now the socket for the potentiometer, yes, it's on the edge right now, and it's just rubbing on it, so it has to pop. Well, I would say that it has to pop, but how is it looking? Yeah, but the problem only is that there are 2 rows of them, okay? This board out, and the bottom row is not ready yet. I'll show you maybe like this. Maybe you can see. You see the bottom row of potentiometers is not yet ready, but the top one went out already. Yes, so we can't do more than that. Yet we have to take it away. So what would be the proper procedure? Here, we'll expand a bit this bit. Okay. Yes, and expanding this was a better idea than just pulling. Now we can put something underneath so it won't cause any damage. Oh, you see, and it popped out. That's fine. So now we've got a board, and now we've got a culprit here. Yes, this port. What other people are describing, what I found, is that they're saying that the manufacturer could make a better port, better quality port, or bigger port. Instead, they made it simple, like the small one, and they are showing corks and other stuff which has bigger ports and which works fine for years. Whereas these ones don't want to. So it does make sense. I see that the alignment here. And what about these? These are like that. That's fine. Cool. Okay. That's fine. Why this has a different color? Because it was the opposite way. Here is a different color, and on this surface is a different color. So now we know that it should connect in this way. I'd say. If I'm wrong, yes, I'll have to open it again, but I see by the color of this, and it matched this color. So, and I know this color, and I know this color. I know it's like a graphite connection, so that's fine. We can put this one aside, that's fine. Don't need to do anything with it. It's not our problem. And meanwhile, customer replied when I was pausing, and I've got a green light to do it either way. Okay, I'll put this board aside. I'll put these bits as well aside. And now these screws with this cable. Okay, these screws can go to the container. I don't care, they are black and chrome, so it's fine. I need to go to the nursery, so guys, I'll be off and we can finish it after I'm back. Put these screws as well with the whole set. Okay, cool. And I can pause it and prepare myself to the nursery, and I'll be back, like in the Terminator, yeah? I'll be back. Okay guys, so I'm back, and now what we can do is we can put this aside, gently, yes. Now we can put this element which I've created from scratch, just to have a better surface for my microscope, yes. This way we can put safely wider and larger elements like this, yes. You see, it's not even as good as we would need for this, but it's good enough to be stable enough to look under the microscope. So let us hook up the microscope now. Cool. And just in case we get a light as well, that's fine. Don't need the light, but we can move you to here. Okay, I know it's blurry, I know, because I haven't. See, far better, yeah. Just this off the way. Of the way. Okay, cool. So we can look at the situation here. I'd rather have it this way, so probably I will put something underneath like this, because that is okay. Okay, anyways, we see here that's the port. Yes, that's the culprit. Now, as we know, if you don't know, you'll know. Oh. Okay, it doesn't look like there's any damage to be true. So in these ports you've got a ground, which is here. That's ground on the two sides. 1, 2, yes, and then on the side is just to support it. And then you've got here connection. This one looks like it's a ground, so this would match this. That would make sense. So you've got 5 pins here, whereas 2 are connected to the ground. You can look carefully, yes. These 2 are connected to the ground. If you would touch with a digital multimeter, you would know that they are shorted. I can see that, so I don't have to check it. Next, you've got a 220 resistor, 220 ohms probably, and that's connecting to this together with the second line. So that will be our data line, and that with a dot here, that should be a plus. So that's going for this capacitor 1, yes, and that goes to the ground. But then again, it's a via here, so it's going to the second surface, the bottom surface probably somewhere, and then it's going through the components and power up all this device. So now the problem only we have is is that we do have this, and as customer agreed, you know, we could damage, I mean, we could remove this port and don't solder another one, yes? That's what I've spoken, I mean, I've texted the customer, yes? So we could remove this port. Now, the only problem I see in it is that these connections from the resistor, they are not the best, okay? These are really tiny ones. And without extra strength, see here, this line is really thin. If you look at it with no microscope, you see there's a hair. Yes, that's just literally what it is. That's what you can compare to. Not this is something else. That's not a hair. But it's really thin. You know, when you look, I mean, with no microscope, yes, then you look like a thin thing. So we would have to solder to this surface of the resistor. Yes. Now the question will be if it's stable enough. Okay, because if it's not stable enough, then it's a problem. Now if we want to use it again and do it this job, we would have to connect this, yes, like that. So insert the plug and get this connector here, this, and check these pins, okay, which pins here goes to which pin here. So what we need is, I can do it on the computer actually, so I'll pause it and I'll do it. Okay guys, so to understand what I've done here, it's simple. I just drawn 4 pins, because we know we've got plus and minus, and then we've got a data plus, data minus, yes? So that's what we know. Now when you will put USB to micro USB specification, yes, we will know, or connection, maybe better if I will put connection. You will have it probably, that we want to do on the images. You see 5 volts data, that's the one, yes? DIY connector shows. So on the side of 5 volts, on the micro USB or on the USB, let us show it. That's a micro USB, yes. So on the, we expect to have on the micro USB port, so it's the other way around, 180 degrees. We expect to have 5 volts on this side, so it should be here, which is correct. Then it's a data minus, data plus, and there is a ground. Okay, so that, because that's 180 degrees, yes. Like this is looking at 12 o'clock is here, so 12 o'clock will be here, and here will be 6 o'clock, whereas here is 12 o'clock and 6 o'clock. So it's just, you know, the other way around, yes. So that's why I want to just double check on my schematics if that will match exactly the thing. So as customer did check, we can't say that the cable is a culprit here, but when I'm cutting cables, I don't cut them here, because if you would need this connector ever for anything, then automatically you've got it as a problem because you can't connect to it. So we need to leave just a bit of a cable, yes? Then in this way you can always open it and reuse it for something else. Yes, so we cut it off. Now, is it the best idea? Well, for me, yes, if I could solder it, then it's better idea, yes? If I'll have to order the port, customer will have to wait, and if the port will be wrong, which will come, then customer will not be happy and will have to wait more. Yes, if I will fix it and in 1 year time customer will come back again to fix it, then my reputation is going down because I didn't do job, you know, well, or I could find another solution and I didn't. Yes, so I'd rather risk it and waste this and just do it the way I'm doing. So I'm just opening this cable too much. Yes, and why I'm opening this too much is because later we have to fit it through the enclosure. We can't just solder it, yes, like that. We have to fit through. If we won't fit through, we will have to cut the enclosure outside, and we don't want to damage the look. Okay, we got a shield, so it's a better quality cable because it has shield, extra shield, this blue thingy. I'll show you maybe like this here, see? So shielded cable is better than not shielded cable. That's definitely for sure. In some cases, believe me, it doesn't matter. Yes, in some cases it does. Okay, so we should expect here 4 cables, and to be true it's 4 cables, but one is not a regular cable. It's just, I'll show you again. See, it's not black or anything, it's just the wire, uninsulated wire. That's why it has this shield. So they wanted to separate probably the power from the source. Okay, and we've got 4 cores now. Now, before doing anything, we need to prepare ourselves, because we need a hot air to heat this one up, remove it, and we need to put these somewhere. Oh no, I'm using this. Can use another one here. Oh, there is something in it. Okay, can't use. Need a small box. Okay, like this. That's fine. And you see, I can put in such box, small box, I can put all those small components that we have here. And that board as well. Yes. So in this case, I won't lose it. And you can put that bit of the cable as well, which we've cut it, but we need to check if we're right with the connection first. Yes, so that's here. Now about this one. Right, yes, sync. Okay, cool, that's fine. And what I'm trying to say is, please look here. Here, yes. Oh, this one. If I won't put the cable right now, then I will struggle later. Yes, because I will. I know I will. Been there and done that. Yes. So first I'd have to put this one through. Oh, the first I should test it. Yes, that would be an ideal. But because my knife has fell off, let's put as much as we can here. Okay, cool. Now we've got it. Now, as we know, we should, okay, I don't need this to show you for now. So now we need to remove a bit of the insulation from tops of them, white, green and the red. Kniffe. Where is it? Ah, sorry. Fell down. Not a lot. If you do too much, it won't help. Okay, that's nice. I'll finish it off and I'll unpause because it's no value. Okay, so we got all of them done. All of them three are finished off, and this ground as well. Now the next step would be to remove that socket, to be true. Why? Because we can connect this one with the socket and see how these cables should go out, which one were. So it's not a problem, yeah? So next step would be to use the hot air and to get it out. But we need to we don't need the power supply. I have to charge my smoke detector batteries, not chargeable, because it was the alkaline batteries. Okay, cool. So we see this here, yes. It's a bit short, but it is what it is. We shouldn't only hit in one place, we should hit the surface. If you hit one place, you can overheat one place and cause even more damage. So first we give the connector, you see it's already starting to melt. We're giving this connector in general like a lot of heat because it won't move yet, you see, but the stuff on the side is moving. I know, because I've done quite a bit of them. Oh, sorry, you don't see what I'm seeing now. Now when you push it, you see it's not letting go yet. So you need to move on the surface, not only the connector, but we need to be sure that we don't overheat components, and this display here, it can be a problem. That's why now, when we've done it for an extended period of time, we can just lift it and let go. Yes, so we got it done. Now we can make a loud noise. Okay, let it run. Now we don't have it, as we can see. We can explain it now. So, you see this one comes to this, it's a ground. That goes along to this as a ground. Yes, now we can see it clearly. So you see, so these ones here, you can solder to any of these places, it's fine, yes. Oh, hello. Anybody home? Hello. Maybe you. Yeah, I know. Sometimes I'm just nuts. That's okay. And these have to be separated from each other. Okay. So now, the best way is to use a bit of isopropyl alcohol, spray it, and use a wee brush, like a toothbrush or something. Toothbrushes, one here. Cool. So let's all pour out. You see this yellow to brown color is just, it's just burnt flux, nothing else. It's okay, but it is clean. You can see it's clean. We don't have to even do too much about it. Now the problem only will be that the connector, which we will solder, yes, if we will solder here, it's most likely that it will touch to the surrounding, yes. So the best way would be to solder to here, as I said. But the problem only is that if we will solder here, I know people are doing it, and I understand why they are doing it, but I'm not 100%, you know, happy with this. So I will do it. Okay, I will do it, but I need to be 100% sure, because now this I won't be able to match to this. Look at the size of the wire and look at the size of this. It's ideal, yes, or it's a bit too much, you see, and it's easy to connect with the other one. And those two data cables, you can't do it perfectly. Something can go to the right, something can go to the left. So you know, so it's making a mistake here. Super easy. I could cut something off. I could cut off like few threads, which is true, I could, but I don't wanna, because that's stability as well. Okay, so I'm not worried about the plus and minus, so I'm not worried about the red, and I'm not worried about the regular one. I'm just worried about this. This is not yet perfect. Oh, I've got a mosquito. That's it. That's not a National Geographic channel. Go off. I don't want mosquitoes here. You see? So that's what I don't want to do. But I'm thinking maybe one I could do here. Just maybe. Because the plus can be attached to this capacitor here. That's fine. This yellow capacitor. This. So those two data cables could go to these. I need to open this in this case and see now which one which. And we will need to use soldering iron and solder tips, just a bit, so that we get a solder on them and we will be good. Here, we'll see me here. So I need to open this. Okay. To understand where stuff is going. Which color is which, because my assumption is that the red is plus, so it received a power plus 5 volts. And then the no color one, just the core one with the shield is a minus, and the data is in between those colorful ones. Okay, so you get a red one, that should be the plus, and then these ones are separated. Okay, so the red one was on the side of the shield because they wanted to separate the power. And this. Okay, so whoa! Oh no, guys, this stuff up here. Now the other way around. So it's here. Click, and we got it. We got an old socket on the old cable. I've been told that it's not the original cable. And now cut off each of them just so that we can measure it. 1, oh, 2, and 3. Voila. Let's put this aside. Let's get the meter. So we will hear beep. You remember I was talking that I need to open this meter because when I was changing the battery it just stopped connecting, and I don't know what's wrong, but I never done it till now. Maybe I can make a video. You will see how meter is looking inside. I don't know what's not connecting inside to be true. I want to make a video about meter. Cool. Okay. So this one I assume will be the enclosure. Yes, good. So this one is an enclosure, so that's the ground, so that's correct. All the outstanding area is this can be connected, so I can put on my diagram then that's the case. USB, here is my diagram. Large USB connector. Excuse me, I can put text here. So it's a ground, core equals ground. Cool, happy days. Now those pins, yes, let's put this aside because we had it like that on the main board. No, we had it like that on the main board. Okay, yes, we had it soldered like that. And now what's happening is this one is the core. You don't see me because you don't see the screen. Now you can see. Yes, so we had it, these pins underneath were like that on the main board. And then this is the ground. Yes, that's the metal one. So that's okay. Now we need power, which I assumed was the red one, so that when we will do it like that, it will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that will be the first one. I'll touch the red one first. Okay. You see both and my hand and this, and that should be on the left. Don't have it clear. Oh, customer is coming. I need to go, guys, with power supply, sorry. Okay guys, I'm back and I'll tell you. I sold the used one power supply to a customer and I've got a bit filthy, but it's good. It's good. A 360 Xbox. It just went outside for one day, that's why. But apart from that, it should be okay. With a power supply here, power supply, and with a charger. You see, I've been told that it's in a working order, so I received that as a donation, so thank you for the donation. Of course it will be a video about it to clean it up, opening it, yes, replacing the thermal paste. Now we can go back to the work. Okay, so what we have here is this connector, which we knew that was this way, yes? Sorry. So we know that the pins now will be on the left side, and we wrote down already in my drawings that this matches this here. Oh, see, that's the condition I have to work with for now, because I didn't do it what I supposed to. I need to stop fixing stuff and start to fix my stuff. That's what I need to do. So yes, this is connecting well. Now what we need to do is we need to verify if this pin, because this pin should be on our right side and that should be a plus. So I assumed that the red one was the plus, because that's what we had. So now let's see which one will beep. I assume the left one. Yes. Nothing. So we were right. So it's connected the regular way, as per schematics online about the USB standard. So it's a red equals plus. Cool. Now the green and the yellow one, we don't know which one's which, so let's touch the white and let's see here. Now we know that it should be either this or this. Yes, so let's try. So it's a next to plus. Next to plus is the white one. So it's a white equals next to plus. Oh, white with no H. Now it's with an H. Good. And in that case, the green one has to be the last one, which is next to the white one pin. So this might not have connection. Oh, it's connecting. So that's weird that this didn't work, because it's looking okay. So the issue inside this connector is somewhere. So in that case it's okay. So the green means go, yes? Green equals next to white. Okay, we got it. We know how to do it, how to connect it, so we can put this one aside. What we need next is we need to have the soldering iron here. Who can come and help me clean this room, guys? Who's willing to do such great stuff for me? want to learn some electronics and help me tidy up. Maybe like that. Oh. Now we need to clean the stuff and a bit of a solder left. So we need those things. Yes, we need something to clean the tip with. So here. Still not hot enough. Maybe don't make full, but at least you know. That's looking more clean. Oh, time to order micro tip again. I'll show you here. See? That's the micro tip. It is what it is. So can't help it at the moment. Okay, so we need to put this one aside. Now what we need is we need to put a bit of flux on them. Flux will help to align the solder. Okay, and the metal one we will leave for the last. So now we need to put slightly solder on them. Try to hold it. Oh, you see, I'm just touching it. And that's how easy it is to make it wrong. Okay, you see, you just touch it once. Don't touch it second time or anything. Okay, we get solder. That's a good thing. But we need the board now. We need the board now, and we need the space because board will occupy some space. Okay, so now we should put some flux here, like too much flux. On these two. I'll put a bit of a solder. See, they are taking a bit of solder. That's nice. So now we know that on the right hand side is the one which we didn't put any flux. This one here. Don't have to even press the syringe and it's going out. That's good. Okay, a bit, hopefully it's enough. Now, how do we need? We need red, white and green. Red, white and green. So we need this one, white and green. So these are two long ones. Okay, we got too long wire. We got a wrong length. So the only problem is that if I will connect this right now to here, even if I will be able to grab it right now, oh, actually it holds, and it holds well, and we don't need to do anything. You see, I'm moving it. Now after the red, it's white. Now these ones, the next one is white. Now the only problem is that it's too long. So there are two choices I can make right now. Yes, I can make it like that, and that would be so. That wouldn't be too bad, to be true. Okay, I know what I did wrong. I was lifting the cable. Now there is a small problem, which is here. You see, it's almost touching this, but it's okay. I would not touch it, to be true. I would not touch it again because it's just tiny. So then this one is too long. We can't leave it like that. We need to cut it. Yes, so we can't let it go. If we would leave it like that, it can backfire on us. Now it's soldered. So let's switch off the iron. Do not overheated that tip anymore. Those who don't know why this blinking is just that because my connectors here have some issues. It's nothing serious, it's just, you know, some connectors. So okay, you see, doing it with no microscope is a bit hectic. It's not, again, perfect, yes. So what we can do, it's holding, yes, it's holding well, but to make it more stable, and plus we need to solder still the ground. So ground is too long. You can see we can grab this on these two, but it's too long. So I'm thinking that let's solder this ground first. You see, no point to take this ground that long, so what I'll do right now is I'll switch on the iron again, put just a bit of flux on it. Where are you? Don't run away. Okay. Okay, that might just do. I see a crisp picture. I know that you might be not seeing a crisp picture. You know what? Let's clean this tip just a bit because it suffered a huge heat. See, why I've done this way It's just because we will be cutting, and when we will be cutting it will be shorter. When it will be shorter it will already have solder, so it won't be like unwinding itself. Let's try for this length and see how it will go, how it will match. Oh, actually it's not bad. Look, me like it. Let's put a bit of solder here on this pad. Will it take? Will take. Cool. Now let's solder this. And we're happy. It's not ideal, okay? It's not, let's face it, it's not the best joint ever I've made, but it's good enough. So now this is stable. I can lift the board for it and it's still not going off, so it's good enough. It's maybe not looking the best, but that wasn't the point. The point was to move it now through the hole so we can have it connected, back connected, yes? And that's us, guys. That's the whole job which we needed. Now if this will be damaged again, that will be a cable fault, not the, you know, not anything else. So let's switch it off. Let's take off this and let's try to assemble it. Okay, like this one. Okay, let's slide this cable through. Now if customer wouldn't test cable, I couldn't do this job. I would have to make sure that the other cable was tested, but customer said that already have tested. So I can't say customer is a liar, you know, and tested myself. Of course I won't. I have to go with the flow. Okay, all are matching. That's cool. We have this small element here. Small board. This board. I don't know how it's called, but it's just a board. Align it. Okay, it's aligned perfectly in its own space. Now guys, we need this board, and to go slowly. Now what I would do is I would not want to take it out more than I need, but I see I'll have to take it all the way out. Got no other choice. So we will have to do something about this later. Unfortunately, it's not perfect, but we can use like it went okay actually. That's not a problem. All those buttons are in place. You can see that, but we shouldn't take it for granted. So what I will do is I'll put this one inside here, and I can use a hot glue gun, or like this, and I can use hot glue gun and just glue it I don't see a better way than that. Yes. Okay, so let's grab few screws. Okay, let's grab just few screws. Let's screw the surface in. So let's align it first. Align, align, align. Yes, so I won't be screwing all. Let's grab just few screws here and there. Do we have a magnet? We do. Okay. Now from this side, aligned as well. It reminds me about PlayStation. These Sony are just nuts, people. Why Sony people are nuts? Because they are using million screws. I would use 500 screws and I would use 500 more just to make your life just miserable, cause I can and you can't, so yeah, I know it's not funny, but somebody has to make songs about those nasty tricks these companies are having for us, like 60 screws in a PlayStation. Why? I'm asking why. You've got no brain to use less screws. Instead you prefer to use 60 screws in the PlayStation. Really? No brains. I would use 600 screws. Oh, I know I'm nuts, I know. Okay, good. I'm happy. All the buttons look the same high when you look at them. They are looking the same height. Nothing is popping out or sideways or anything. Oh no, here is. Here two buttons are lower. But you can't do to be true anything with it. And it's pressing the regular way. Yes, they are pressing the regular way. Everything is okay, but only 6 and 2 are looking like, maybe because it's no screws. Let's give it this to a test. Let's add those screws. Okay, 1, 2, and 2 more here, because that's about this section here. Somebody wrote some message. I've got 2 Xbox controllers to fix. Got a call. Sorry guys, we'll pause it. So guys, customer from this device have called and we spoken a bit. Customer had a white cable and he thought the same way as I do, that better option would be to remove that socket and not replace it with anything but just connect cables. So we agreed on that, and he wanted to use white original cable from it, but it's too late now and I would not want to desolder it just and desolder it and desolder it. Yeah? But what he told me, I can connect it now with my own device and it should be recognizable as a device, not just power up. Which I don't see happening for some reason. I can, okay, now it took its time. It switched. It's a delay. You see it's not on. But when I disconnect it, it starts to be, now it's on, off. Okay, now it's on. Off. Off. We couldn't do anything apart from that what we've done, so if this would be wrong connection of the power, we wouldn't see what we're seeing because there would be no power. So I've done the right thing. But I don't see the power permanently. So there is some issue with it. And I'm curious, is it the USB cable? Off. There's no other buttons here whatsoever. Oh, guys, I didn't connect this one. So it might be my fault because I haven't connected this thingy. Now it's on, but it is still no on permanently. So even though now it's connected again, sorry guys. Okay guys, so why I'm on my knees is because I had to go down and connect it to the rear ports, and I did. After coming back here, I had this phone call from Virgin which I had yesterday. So I had to pick it up and finally solve things out. But when I switch it off and switch it on now, it's off. You see, it's not working the way it should be, and it's on the off. But yes, but when I will disconnect it, yes, and plug it, sometimes it's working. So I don't understand what's wrong here. If some of the connection is not, you know, perfect, or some of the soldering doesn't hold well. That's another USB port. The same story. So it's either the cable or the connection, because you've seen it just working. Same port which we had working, and it's not working. And the front port, same story, you see? So it's either the cable or the connection. In that case, I need to open it again and check the connection and check the cable. And I've already spoken with the customer, texted him. So what we're going to do is we will put the cable which customer wanted, the white one. Because as we see, this device is not working, it's supposed to work, yes? So we don't want that. We know that we've connected it the right way, because we have the colors shining, but we know that it might be some issue with this cable. So guys, that's it for the part 1, and let's wait for the customer when we'll bring the white original cable, and then we can deal with that cable next, yes, and see if there is a fault within the device or fault just within the cable, and that will be solved. So let's look for the part number 2. Thank you. Bye bye.